Hey, everybody, how's it going? It's your boy Nefarious, coming at you. Another VOD review. I'm excited. Hope you guys had a good day. I had a good day. We got some exciting stuff coming up tonight. State of the Discord. Very hype. Hope everything goes well. We got Trial Azure here. They're a relatively new team. I haven't seen much of them as of yet. I'm sure they have a very bright future, as the rest of core Overwatch does. This is Oasis, relatively new map. Strats aren't totally defined yet in terms of this control point, and the fighting usually happens kind of like over in this area over here, kind of like maybe in between here or something like that. Or you can also take this route through here and then come straight to point, or down here and then take high ground. All of which have really been, I don't know, the pros haven't really told us how we have to roll out this one yet, so I'm not going to really bark at people based off of that. On top of that, we have the new patch. This was played on the new patch, which is very, very exciting. We got the Reaper pick hype. I'm probably not going to actually talk very much about team comps because we're really in like a bit of a meta purgatory right now. Like you've got the 2-2-2 over on Azure side, and the Reaper pick is actually quite interesting because, and I actually like it, because not only is the enemy team running triple tank, as you can see, they don't have the D.Va, because D.Va, one thing we do know about this current meta is D.Va is basically useless. For better or for worse, I don't know, I hate D.Vas, so that's fine with me. But that means that this Reaper pick right here is a lot stronger, and is going to be really good. When D.Va isn't nearly as much of a threat, and for against a tank comp, the number one tank buster is just really good, especially since Soldier is also the kind of range tank buster. That's the reason why he was played so much in the last meta. It's not just that his damage was buffed; it was that he was able to burn down tanks, but from range, which was really, really important, and he had that huge self sustain. So yeah, big fan of the comp right now. On Azure side, I'm probably not going to talk much about Forsaken because I don't really know them. Wait, are they? Hold up. Oh! Are they in... They're in core, aren't they? I recognize Sparky, I think. One sec, give me a sec. I think he must be in core, so we'll talk about their comp then. Yeah, I think they are. I will talk about their comp. Wait, Sparky and Conan and Lowry. That doesn't look like these guys. That's a different Sparky then. That's a fraud Sparky. Alright, so I'm not gonna talk about them then, sorry. Apologies for the delay. Alright, so look. They do decide to go bottom right here. I think that's a fine call. I don't know. Going straight to point is good. I also really like taking the high ground, as I've talked about. This high ground up here is just so powerful, like this area. Just so good. The rollout here, you could go this way. Or potentially you could go this way, up through lower, like these guys came. The enemy team looks like they're just doing, you know, standard. Coming through main. That's all fine. Like, they're fighting on point. Let's see how they use that to their advantage. Over behind right shields, fine. Poking. Honestly, I would say shield war is pretty even right now. So that's like... That's an unfortunate pick. Let's see what happened there. So, he gets hit by what? What does he get hit by? Yeah, so Soldier's pushed over to the right here. That just kind of seems almost like bad luck. I can see that. Oops, sorry. Biz he dropped his heel down, and he could have done it earlier. That's a bit of a communication thing. So like that's obviously intentional. And it's hard, right? Because they don't really have Azure doesn't really have the dive potential right now. Like I guess Reaper is their big dive player. But in terms of getting over and harassing the Soldier that's just sitting over here, poking at them and getting lucky kills on their supports, like, that's honestly a bad luck, kind of. I don't see anything you could have done there, other than I don't know, maybe the hog hook, and like maybe your option there was like have your Ryan kind of pivot. Your Ryan's right here right now. You can see him like pivot over to this position, have his shield right here, and then that would allow like your hog or somebody to pressure the soldier. I don't know. That's a bit complicated, right? I think at the end of the day, it's just bad luck. Happens. Enemy Ryan goes into pin. Like, he should be dead now. Honestly, what should have happened here is Sportsman needs to hit that sleep. Especially since their Zarya didn't bubble him, which is a big mistake by their Zarya. Hit that sleep. Really easy sleep to hit. The hog can CC him too. There's just so many ways for that charge to just get totally shut down. He doesn't even pin anybody. Like, especially if he pins somebody, you need to get that sleep or that hook on him. But at this point, he should be dead. And let's see if the Ryan dies. So he does, and that's good, because the Reaper is there, like, gets that damaged out. So that's good. They all got anti though, which is a product of Zodiac overcommitting there. So in that instance, he should have trusted his team to get the frag on the Ryan and not turn around. Because that Ryan was basically dead. Like, he doesn't need to really get that damage down. And at this point, like, he's super overcommitted. You can see how far pushed out he is. While his team is back here, hiding because they're all anti-ed, the Ryan is up here. And he has a soldier shooting him in the back, so he's dead. And it's bad to have your Ryan die. That's a 1v1 hog battle that you just won with skill. For some reason, what was Hog doing there? What was Chief Alex doing? So he wins the 1v1. He picks Mercy. And then look, he runs all the way down there. And so, that was weird, like... Okay. He was here. He gets the critical pick on the Hog, and then the even more critical pick on the Mercy. And then he runs down here. While his Ana is on point. Like, okay, he's ducking behind cover to heal, maybe? But he didn't. So, like, rather than... I don't know. There's that little rush, right? When, as a Roadhog, there's that little rush that when you get the hook and you get the frag, and you're like, man, I'm the shit. And, like, you're a bit excited and you're not totally focusing. But in that instance, he could have been doing a lot. Like, he needs to concentrate. And not get caught up on the fact that he just got 2 huge frags. And, like... and secure the fight, because right now it's 100% not secured, and he could have helped his Ana there for sure. And I end up actually capping the point, and then he gets Ana, and by that point the Zarya's low, and they win the point. So at the end of the day, like, it's a really strong play by Chief Alex, and I mean, he totally opened that point up, but like, I don't know, it could have been a lot cleaner if you guys had just played slightly more disciplined, if you know what I mean. I know discipline is like a hard word to use, but it basically just means like concentrating, focusing, getting as much value out of your abilities and your comms as you possibly can. And that just comes with practice, really. So like, I don't know. Take high ground. I mean, okay, so your soldier's up here. Ana should also be up with soldier, for sure. Reaper is okay to be down here lurking. But Ryan should probably also be up there. Because any good Ana is going to kill a soldier in this position. Like, she hits him with 3 darts and he's dead, so... he kind of needs Ryan shield. I know this Ana isn't going to hit those 3 darts, but still, that's just another matter of like discipline, right? Like, if the enemy team were better than you, you would need Ryan shield right now. Because your soldier's really exposed. That's a totally unnecessary pick. You're like... he's totally trying to force the point there. Gel, or no, that's not Gel. GHI, I don't know. I don't know, like, what he was trying to accomplish there. Like, maybe get damage down on Rhine Shield, but as Reaper, you can actually do that from relatively far away. So, that's just like, that's just another thing where you shouldn't be playing so aggro, and he needs to respect the enemy team more. Even at Wraith form, like, just weird. It's weird. But I mean, like, oh, whoops, my bad. I'm sure you guys know that, right? Like, you know that that's not a good thing, so I'll try not to bark at you guys about that too much. Counterpin, nice. Okay, now this is good. This is actually a really, really good situation. Like, 100%, that's the play that Zodiac needed to make. You saw that the Rhine went in for the initial pin. Zodiac went for the counter pin. Let me draw. So the Rhine goes into pin here. Zodiac goes in for the counter pin down on like the short pin, so that he doesn't take him in the bumfuck nowhere and takes him in the enemy Rhine into his team. He misses the pin, but that's fine. Like, that's just an individual like mechanical thing. And missing that pin, it's the correct play. Even then, the Roadhog still gets the CC, which is a huge hook. And at this point, the enemy Rhine is basically dead. They get the anti off. I don't know if the Rhine is antied, but like, Zodiac is 100%. I talked about it earlier when the enemy Rhine pinned down this way, and Zodiac turned around to try and kill him, to try and kill the enemy Rhine. When his team could have done it for him, while Zodiac should have been pointing his shield at the enemy team. And this is what he's doing right now, and it's 100% the correct play. So well done. Basically, what happened there? So like, what the hell is Sportsman doing over there? One sec. So that's the correct counterpin. Like, good job. He gets slept. Actually, he gets slept. Zodiac does, but they still get the CC off with the hog. So Sportsman is 100% out of position. Like, he honestly could have just. I mean, right now his team has a huge advantage. The enemy Rhine is out of position. These guys had to fall back because they're antied. The Ana and the Zarya. It's not a very good box. And Sportsman is over here in this area with the threat of the hog, by the way. Ana needs to play more with her Rhine. Basically, stay on the assy Rhine the whole game. Because he's not only going to be the one who needs the most heals out of everybody on your team. He's also your best source of protection. So just stick with him more, and you won't get picked like this. Having your Ana get picked at the start of a fight is really, really bad. So, yeah. Hello? Can I play the clip? Please? Thank you. And so now the enemy Rhine managed to get away. Which is no bueno. No bueno. Because look at how out of position and how little support he has in this instant right here. Look at that. He's stuck in the middle of your hog, your soldier, and your Ana. All people capable of killing a Reinhardt. So, like, his support over here, his Ana, is antied, and she has to retreat back here to make sure that she doesn't die. Reinhardt needs to be dead in this instance. Like, the anti could have come down on him. Probably should have, considering he's a higher priority target than these two. Maybe it was just... Maybe Sportsman was going for that anti, but he missed it. That could have been it. But Reinhardt probably should be anti, but he still should die. Like, Biz can just unload into his face right now. Whoops, that's a really bad arrow. And Chief can put one more into his chest and, like, he's done. And look at how long he survives. He has Mercy on him, but that's literally nothing. Like, he shouldn't be able to get away with that. Big pick on the enemy soldier, who's super out of position, like, sloppy play. That's a weird pin, especially when your Ana's dead. Like, Jake O'War should have gotten that sleep down. Or the hog hook. Like, super ballsy pin. Oh, so he did get the sleep. So, yeah. He did get the sleep, and then Zodiac gets pinned, and he should die. Yeah, he dies. Puts his team in jeopardy. Gets the Earth Shatter down. Once again, Chief Alex coming up huge. Massive whole hog there. Like, really, really good. But still, like, it could have been a lot better. It could have been. If that pin hadn't happened, if the pin here hadn't happened, if the Ana over here hadn't gotten picked, like, this could have been totally different. And the only reason, I mean, I understand, I'm not going to say the only reason why you won it is because the enemy team, like, made mistakes. Against a better team than these guys, they won't make the mistakes that they're making right now. And you guys are going to have to play more disciplined. Discipline! You know? So, like, Alex, no, not Alex, who's there? So, Zodiac, he needs to think about that pin. If they had a Zarya, it would have been a good pin. If he had an Ana who was alive, it would have been a good pin. It would have been, I mean, both of those instances, it would have been great. But, because that wasn't, neither of those things were the case, he ends up getting the pin, but he puts himself super out of position, gets slept, gets pinned himself, dies, and then puts his whole team in jeopardy with that Earth Shatter. The only reason, basically, why Azure won this fight is because Chief Alex popped off. Got a huge frag on the Zarya. Got a huge frag on somebody else. And then that massive whole hog. So, like, good play by him. But it wasn't necessary. And the point's still in jeopardy. Alex ends up getting pinned. But for some reason GHI is able to get behind the enemy team and kill his supports. Like, holy shit. And then you guys Beyblade. I don't know. A Beyblade? When it's what? What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4v what? 3 maybe? I don't know. And when the enemy supports are dead. I don't know. Seems like a bit much. Seems like too many ults. But you guys win it either way. Enemy Mercy has done literally nothing. Feels bad, man. I hope that's not Kiwi, because I know she likes Uwu. And I'm not totally sure that Forsaken isn't part of Core XD. I'm sorry, guys. I coached a lot of teams. I like hanging out with y'all. I just have a hard time keeping up with all the changes, you feel? Alright. I mean, that's the correct play by G. He's going up for some poke. Taking a little bit of damage, right then away. Whoops. Doing it again. Heyo. High production value. Now Guy's playing a bit aggressive without his Wraith form up. Uh-oh. He's dead. Why is he not dead? The Roadhog didn't have ammo! Hello? Oh my god, is this quick play? What the fuck? Fucking hooked. He hooked a Reaper without ammo, because that's a good idea when you're Hog. Holy shit. And then... Alright, sorry. That's a bigger shatter, for sure. Let's see how he does it. Oh! Oh, you guys are nuts! Sorry. Fucking... Well done, boys. Chief Alex gets the huge hook on the enemy Rhine. Oh, that's so saucy. And then Zodiac comes in with the Earth Shatter, and that just guarantees this win. Well done, boys. That's the kind of play I love to see. Chief Alex coming up huge with the hooks again. And then Zodiac capitalizing on it. Using his knowledge as a Rhine player. Getting the fat Earth Shatter off. Hell yes. Hell yes. Nice-oo. Red pops off. Doesn't matter. This game's over. Good job, guys. I'm sorry, but Mercy isn't competitively viable. I mean, like, I understand. Maybe she's fun to play. I've literally never played her. I think I played Battle Mercy once. I don't know. Like, only getting one res off that literally doesn't matter. I don't know, man. Rip. Rip. Feels bad, man. The enemy team also never really got a good ultimate engage off. Like, It's all kind of a bit sloppy on their part. Still though, like, that final play, really, really good job, guys. That shows coordination. That shows strong team play. Hell yeah. You know, I think I'm probably actually going to wrap it up here. I feel like I talked about enough there, and I want to try and keep these shorter. I can go over a bit more later, but I need to start streaming now, so sorry about that, guys. I know it's only 3 minutes, but I think that I probably talked about for a good 20 or something. I don't know. Hopefully it's helpful. I think in summary, things that you guys need to work on. Discipline, like communicating more with your Rhine and having your Rhine work with you more, particularly your Anna and your 76. They really rely a lot on that shield, and against better teams with good Annas, that soldier is going to be pressured all day, and he's going to have a real hard time keeping himself alive without a Rhine shield. So that, I would say, what else? I don't know. Working on communicating people who are out of position. That Reinhardt who was out of position 100% needed to die. Like, that's a frag that should happen. It's a coordination thing between the soldier and the hog. That needs to happen. He's out of position. Zodiac did well with his positioning the second time after the Rhine pinned. I just think you guys need to work less on knowing who's okay. This is gonna I'm gonna explain this a bit deeper. Knowing more whose job it is to do what. Does that make sense? So in that first instance when the Rhine pinned and he missed, Zodiac shouldn't have turned around. He ended up getting antied and dying and put his team at risk. He needs to trust that his 76 and his Hog and his Reaper are more than enough damage. More than enough. Any one of those three should be enough to take out a out of position Rhine. So like understanding that and playing your role. It's Zodiac's role to protect his team, to have his big blue square up. Make sure that he blocks the antis, the sleeps, the hooks, all those things coming in that could potentially put his team at risk, while letting his team do the damage. Let his team do the DPS. Does that make sense? And guys, just think about that in general. Just like understanding that there are roles on your, sorry, excuse me, who do better at a certain job. Anna's a better healer than Soldier. Like, let Anna do the healing. Soldier, I mean, you guys know what I mean. I'll stop blabbering. I want to try and keep this one short. But yeah, well done, guys. You're nuts. I'll do another one of these later. Sorry, it was a bit shorter and not as in depth as usual, but I want to get to streaming. So, thanks everybody. I will see you tonight at the State of the Discord. Take it easy, guys.